Hello everyone, Linda Israel here, and I have the scent of the day, which is spiced coffee. This is a JIC wax melt or a tart. They have jewelry involved. If you look at the size of the tarts, this one is empty. I'll get one that you can see. They are twice the size as most tarts that you see on the market these days. They're pretty good sized cubes at almost 1¼ inches square, and they're pretty deep, so the scent lasts a lot longer. I believe it's like 80 plus hours that you should get out of a package of these, so they last a really long time. And bonus, you get jewelry. So check out my link in the description. It helps me out as an artist. Today I'm going to share with you the Stamp Club stamp for Brutus Monroe. It is the Hare and eggs. I'll open it up here. So it's really cute. It's got a little bunny rabbit with some flowers and says Easter blessings and has some eggs. And then I have last year's, I believe it was last year's, egg and says hello spring. So it's got a couple eggs. So I'm going to use both of these sets today. I'll show you what we're going to do. First I'm going to get my Misty out. Actually, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. I had to think about what I'm going to do because I have some watercolor paper here. I'm going to go on the smooth side of the watercolor paper and place this down in my Misty. I may not even need to put the positioner on there. What I want to do is I'm going to lay out these large eggs all over the design here and just stamp them a couple of times and around the border and whatnot. I was trying to think how I wanted to do this, so I'm just going to stamp these around the edge. I think I'm going to change my mind. I'm not going to use my Misty. I'm just going to use an acrylic block. That way I don't have to keep unloading and loading the Misty. I can just shift the block around. So position these. There we go. I change my mind sometimes. Alright, so I'll use my Misty in a moment. So I'm using the Brutus Monroe detail ink on the eggs. And I'm just going to, because it's a background, just stamp it around the perimeter. Kind of turning the eggs. So I just went around the edge of that. I'm going to clean this off. And this is my background, so I'm not worried about these little goobers that happen to fall in the middle. I've got my little spray box here. And I've got a couple of sprays. I've got Tattered Angel's Glimmer Mist in Vintage Pink and Lime Light. Lime Light is a color that you would usually see at Tuesday mornings. That isn't a color that you will probably find on the website, but there's a couple other colors that are close. I think it's like a mint color. So I'm going to spray around the perimeter of this card to give this an Easter color. And then I have a Kaiser Craft color, and this one is Aqua. So I'm just kind of give this some color here and there. I'm going to use some water to help tone down the blue. Since this is watercolor paper, it'll kind of run and whatnot. I'm going to use a little bit of the pink again. I'm going to dry this and I'll be right back. I have my Brutus Monroe sea color. I'm going to go around the edges of this since the more of the teal color came out. Just kind of finish off that edge. Now I've got the current Stamp Club stamp, and I'm taking the eggs off of this one and placing them in a random manner on my block. I'm going to use the Brutus Monroe detail ink again. I'm going to stamp this around the perimeter. But I'm leaving room here in the middle because I want to stamp Easter blessings. So I'm going to ink this up. I want that right in the middle. And then I'm going to go in and fill in with the eggs. The last thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my Misty. And I have a little pennant flag from Canvas Corp Brands. It's a little tiny one. So we're going to hold it down with some magnets so it doesn't move. And I'm taking the bunny rabbit. I'm going to place the bunny rabbit somewhat in the center here. And I'm going to use my Brutus Monroe detail ink. I'm going to ink up the stamp and stamp it however many times it needs so that it'll come up a good impression on the canvas. So one thing I like about the Misty is I can keep stamping it until I get a good impression. There's my bunny rabbit. I'm going to heat set this so that it won't come off. I've got some Tattered leather Glimmer mist. I'm going to spray it into a paint holder and add some water. And I'm going to use this as a watercolor to color in my bunny just a little bit. Just to give it a little bit of color. Use a little bit of the vintage pink. I'm going to color the basket here. Some daffodils. I'm going to spray this Dijon and do the daffodils. And then I'm going to put some of the lime light green for the greenery of the flowers. And since we probably have a hodgepodge of things in the basket, we'll just make a little dot of each color here and there to kind of represent items in the basket. Just laying a little piece of torn paper over my stamped image because I want to take some of the pink and just spritz around the edges. Gives it a little more. There we go. I have a Tim Holtz brushed corduroy. I'm going to go around the edges of my egg topper just so it has a little more of a defined edge. Then we're going to start layering this together. Got my ATG gun for the watercolor background layer. I'm out of tape. Good thing I was done. Alright, we'll put this on here. I've got some pop dots or 3D dots, or there's all kinds of names for these things. Dimensionals. I'm just putting some dimensionals on the back. Put one right in the center. Like so. And then I've got a tiny, this is from Seven Gypsies. It's a little bitty clothespin, and I thought this would be cute. Clothespin on. So they're using the Brutus Monroe Stamp Club set for the March shipment date is the little Hare and eggs, and then last year's Happy Spring set with the larger eggs in the background, using some Tattered Angels Glimmers Mist as well as some Kaiser Mist, a little bit of the Brutus Monroe ink around the edge, and some Tim Holtz here, some dimensionals, and of course again watercoloring with the sprays. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on how to make a little Easter greeting card. If you have any questions, please comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. Follow me if you aren't already following me or subscribed. And if you are interested in any of these products, check out the link in my description box. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a fabulous day. Bye.